All right, welcome everybody. I'm back, and I told you guys in the previous video that I will share my misery with you guys because I clearly made a mistake, or at least I feel like I made a mistake that most people would make, and kind of broke the code. I'll be honest with you guys. I wouldn't call it paper hand. I didn't just diamond hand, as we all like to, as the saying goes, right? So basically, I'll tell you guys what I did, but for the most part, I want to encourage each and every one of you guys to take this video and, use this example to either feel good about yourself or even just to come to realize that you personally aren't the only one making a mistake. I know there's a lot of pressure to hold AMC. I know there's a lot of pressure to keep buying, myself included. I mean, I feel like we're doing is just skimming by with like ramen noodles and because all we're doing is investing each and every single one of our paychecks into AMC, and that doesn't leave a lot for fun, entertainment, time to get away. I'm lucky enough to be with somebody who is encouraging in my profession, who's encouraging me or has encouraged me to just keep doing what I'm doing, basically, which is holding AMC. And it could be a problem if you're doing this by yourself, whether you're a single mom, whether you're a college student, a high school student, a single, man or woman, or even if you're married or you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or your family, they might not believe in the AMC squeeze. And so that might have a negative effect on like your decision making, right? Because you want to prove them wrong, but ultimately you also want to be rich. And the thing about the stock market is you don't want to let your emotions get in the way. Like that's the number one thing you don't want to do. And that's a very difficult thing to do because, it's a very physical and mental, it's mentally demanding as much as it is emotional as well. So taking all that into consideration, you're going to make mistakes. And I'm here to share with you guys that I clearly made a mistake because I was chasing Dogecoin. So again, I'm going to share with you guys pretty much the misery of kind of missing out on what's been going on with AMC, especially since it's been, mooning over here. If I could even point up in the right direction. It's kind of weird because it's inverted. Here we go. Anyways, it's right here. It's over here. Okay, it's on the moon. It's going to the moon. And, hopefully for me anyways, I think this should be a lesson to everybody else. Because I've been holding AMC since, the end of January, the beginning of February. So basically almost 5 complete months, right? And I've been there from the 801 battle. I've been there since we reached 11 and 12 for the first time. 14, which was really exciting because I thought it was going to squeeze the first time I ever hit 14. And then it hit 12, and then it hit 9, and then it dipped down to 10, 8, and then it hit, 12 again, I think a few weeks ago. And then now, because of the news of the 43 million shares being sold for almost half $500 million, like on last Thursday, obviously that caused, that was a catalyst and caused, a lot of people to, it caused the price or the stock of AMC to move, is what I'm saying. And at that point, so just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Right now, AMC is currently at $13.90, which is great, right? Anybody who wants to get in, who's waiting, whether you're waiting to get paid, whether you're waiting to get in at a lower price, I think it's always hard to play both sides, right? Because we all want the stock to go up, but we also want it to go down so we could buy it in cheaper. And don't pretend like, you don't want that to happen, right? You don't pretend that you want to buy in at a cheaper price to get more shares and then, ride it up all the way to the top. In my case, as you guys could see right here, I have 0.15775 shares of AMC on Robinhood. I've been using Robinhood since the beginning, and I've had my ups and downs with Robinhood. If you're on Robinhood, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a pain in the butt. It's something that's not like depending on what it is you're doing, like it could be, like if you're trading Dogecoin right, on Robinhood, it could be a real pain in the ass because, you know, it's like, okay, like you're trying to buy and sell and then Robinhood crashes and then it just pisses you off and you're just sitting there wondering, well, should I trade a brokerage and should I just use a different trading app? And that's pretty much to the conclusion that I came to because I had taken all of my AMC out. Again, I chased Dogecoin. So I took all of my, I sold all my AMC shares. I put it all in Doge. I gained about like $5,000 when it was spiking up from 40 cents to 70 cents. I thought it was probably going to hit 80 cents. So I got a little bit too greedy. I wasn't able to cash out any of the money that I made, even though I was up $4,500. But I didn't lose any money because as soon as I saw a dip, Robinhood crashed and then I had like sold. But then you know how Robinhood is, like they don't sell exactly where you thought you sold. Like it's complete bullshit that, or not, you know what I mean? It's like they rob you from selling at what you thought you were going to sell. Like, yeah, I get the spread and they're trying to make money, but at the same time, like it's so far off from when you thought you sold. And then, I thought I was going to take some, like at least $1,000 profit where I thought I sold like at, 50 or at 65 cents when it was dipping on Saturday when, Elon SNL came on and it didn't sell at 60. It sold like at 51. So I pretty much made nothing, but I also didn't lose anything. So I kind of got lucky on that end. The other thing too is, the other thing I want to talk about is, the whole switching brokerages. Now, I know a lot of people always have questions and you feel it in your gut that you should, right? You feel it in your gut because of the halts or the crashes that Robinhood likes to do. We're doing maintenance and what coincidence, right? That Doge is going up or, a certain stock like AMC and GME in early January or late January, early this year, right? Like all of a sudden you can't buy, but you could sell. And you're kind of thinking in the back of your head because a lot of people are talking and bad about Robinhood with good reason. But because Robinhood is so popular, it's very hard to, on top of it being elegant and really easy on the eyes and, attractive to especially new traders and people new to the stock market. So, I mean, once you're in on it and, you put in your money and you wait for your money to settle and then it takes forever to come out and, it's a pain in the butt because that takes a lot of time. And especially when it comes to AMC, what's been happening since Thursday, like just to let you guys know, like I've pretty much cashed out everything out of my Robinhood account and into Webull to trade Dogecoin and to buy AMC stock. Was that the smartest move in the world that I could have made? Probably not. That probably was the stupidest thing I could have probably done. And that's completely my fault. Like, if you guys want to call me an idiot, I feel free because I do feel like an idiot. That was a really stupid move. There are plenty of other ways to, safely and securely, or not securely because it's all secure, but it's safely and a little bit more, the process would be a little bit more quicker. Then cashing it out because that would take forever and then putting that cash back into Webull because and then it takes another 5 days to settle. So you're basically taking 2 whole weeks if you're cashing out of Robinhood and then you're putting cash back into Webull. Yes, you get a certain amount of buying power. My buying power on Robinhood is way high because I've been putting money in. So the more money you put in, the more you invest, the better investments you make. They pretty much bump your buying power up the normal, $1,000 credit that they give you. So it was pretty much, I was okay with using Robinhood at that point because I had more than 1,000. So I was okay with, my money not being settled over those 5 days that it takes to settle. But on Webull, because it was a new account, it literally has to take those 5 days, depending on, when you made the transfer or the deposit. It could take 4 days, but for the most part, it takes 5 days for your money to settle, but they still only give you that $1,000 buying power. And now I made a cash deposit much greater than 1,000. It was well past 1,000, and I was thinking, well, because I'm putting in so much money, I thought, hey, maybe they would, give me more buying power, which is not the case. So to make a long story short, I was chasing Doge. I sold all my AMC. I made $4,500 on Doge. When it crashed, I cashed out, so I didn't even gain those $4,500. I was pissed off at Robinhood because they were manipulating, or at least, doing their bull crap that they always do when Doge goes up or when it goes down and you can't sell at a certain price. So I got fed up with Robinhood, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to cash out, which again was a stupid idea, and then cash in on Webull, again, which was a stupid idea, because one or two things I could have done when AMC was at $9 or at $8 last week is I could have just, and this is what I would recommend for you guys, right? If you guys are thinking about, what's the best way to get out of Robinhood, there are two ways. If you already have the Robinhood debit card, you can immediately cash out all of the money that's settled on your account. So if you're on Robinhood and you have a cash account, not a margin account, or even if you're on margin accounts, but you all your money is settled, you don't owe them anything, you're everything is pretty much in the green, then you're okay to take your debit card, go to one of the ATMs, cash out all your money, and that's probably the quickest way for you to get your entire money. But that's if you have the Robinhood debit card. Now, I was hesitant to get it because, when am I ever going to really use it? Probably never. I have my Chase card, so I'm not really ever going to use. I never really felt like I needed to order the Robinhood debit card. But if you have the Robinhood debit card, then yeah, that's pretty much your safest bet. If you don't cash out. The safest thing you could do is just transfer your stocks. Like if everything is settled again and you don't owe Robinhood anything and you're not on a margin account, or again, if you're in a margin account but your account's in the green, just transfer your stocks from Robinhood to a different broker, and that's your safest bet because one or two things can happen. If the stock goes up and your stocks are being transferred, right, the squeeze is going to take at least a good 4 or 5 days. So, and I think considering if you want to transfer your stocks from Robinhood to a different broker, it takes a week or less for that process to happen. So, you'll still have your stocks, but they're in transfer, but you won't be able to sell them until they're fully settled on the Webull or on a different brokerage account, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, whatever the case may be, right? But at least you have the guarantee that you still have those stocks, the same amount of stocks that you bought in at a very cheaper price, then cashing out and then cashing back in to buy it at a higher price, like my idiot self pretty much did. Because now, AMC is trading what was it again? It was trading at 15, and then now it's doing me a favor, trading at $13.90. So it pretty much closed at a very decent price where I could get in on my original investment. But if I would have just transferred my stocks from Robinhood instead of cashing out, then that probably would have been my safest bet. And, I wouldn't be kicking myself in the butt right now because I don't get my money until tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So I had to wait till last Wednesday, till this Wednesday that's coming up to get all of my money settled in. And then I'll be able to buy AMC. So I'm pretty much out there with you guys. Like I said, you're going to make mistakes. You live and you learn. I'm kicking myself in the butt right now because I wish I would have just done the smart move and just been a little bit more patient, think it through a little bit, and just, buy, when I was chasing Doge, pretty much just sell all my Doge that I had bought at a break-even price, and then use that money to buy AMC back on Robinhood, and then transfer those shares to Webull. because then I would have had a crap ton more shares than I will if I buy in tomorrow. But I'm okay with that. Like I said, this is a lesson to be learned, not just for me, but to every single one of you guys, because like I said, there's a lot of pressure for every ape out there, whether it's intentional or not. Like, you start to see what other people are investing, right? And you start to feel bad about yourself because you feel like you should be buying more, or you feel like you should be doing more because, you want to help the cause, right? You want AMC to squeeze. All I could say to you guys is that, just relax. You're going to make mistakes. And if you're broke because you're putting all of your paycheck into AMC at this point, just relax. Don't feel like because people have like 1,000 shares or 500 shares or even 100 shares and you only own like 10, 20, 60, 50. If that's pretty much all you can afford, like unless you're willing to bet it all and go get a loan, which I wouldn't recommend, then yeah, I mean, buy some more if that's what your heart desires. But for the most part, like, just don't pay attention to what's going on and everybody who owns, a crap ton more shares, because at that point, you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not going to be able to sleep at night because you're going to compare yourself to somebody who either has way more money than you or who bought in at an earlier price. And so they have more shares because they were aware of the squeeze long before you did. All you could do right now, yes, is hold. Take what you can at this point. Profit is profit. Like I tell my friends and like how I tell my wife, like each and every single day, it's better to wake up with more money than what you started with, like, period. Like, if you're willing to, paper hand, as we like to call it, instead of diamond hand, like, don't let that be something that haunts you for the rest of your life, because it's better to make money than to not make any at all, So take all that into consideration. Take my example of me chasing Doge, making money, but not cashing out. So I pretty much didn't really make any money, and then hesitated to change brokerage because I was fed up with Robinhood, and now I'm pretty much missing the squeeze. Hopefully this is the squeeze, because it feels like there are a lot of reasons for it to be hitting that $20 mark and up, but we'll see. Nobody's a fortune teller. Nobody could tell the future. Nobody is from the future, and nobody can know for sure what's going to happen this week or next week. But hopefully, I could catch this dip at 1390. As show you guys right here. I mean, just look at the price action. If we go to Webull here, where it started on Thursday on the 13th, like the minute it just shot straight up past like 10, that's when I knew I was in a little trouble, because my money was being transferred, right? I got a little bit of break over the weekend, so luckily it didn't happen earlier in the week, where this could have happened last week, right? That weekend kind of gave me a 2-day break, and then yesterday and today it was kind of painful to watch, because I want AMC to squeeze, but I also want to, get at least close to the original shares that I had, in the beginning of, or at the end of January. Like, I was kicking myself, and I'm telling you guys, it's miserable. It's the most miserable thing. It really sucks that I really made a stupid mistake. And, I'm here to tell you guys, because honestly, I mean, that's all that matters at this point, is transparency between people who are willing to, be on YouTube, and then people who are willing to watch YouTubers. That transparency is very important. So, I mean, where AMC is going to be, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's hopefully it dips maybe a little bit. Hate me for saying that, but I want it to dip just a little bit so I could buy in a little cheaper. And then, just like how I said, I'm not the only one. Let's not pretend I'm the only one who wants it to dip every single time so we could buy in, and get more shares. That way it could just skyrocket, and then we'll all become bajillionaires. But like I said, if you're a single mother, single father, or you really don't have that much money, don't sweat it. Don't feel the pressure of missing out because you're going to make some money, and some money is better than no money. Like, I know there's a mosquito here. I know, like, we all want to, like I said, I know we all want to be bazillionaires. And our time will come. The stock market is always full of opportunity. There's always, opportunity to get into a different stock, a different company. Cryptocurrency right now, I mean, once AMC squeezes, I mean, we're only going to stick together and try to help each other out as the ape community, and, try to just keep the ball rolling, educate everybody else that wants to get involved, all the new people who are going to watch, AMC stockholders or shareholders be bazillionaires. They're going to want to get in on the action, and they're going to tune in to watch, Matt, Trey, Andrew, whoever, not that old wrinkly Mr. Burns, Uncle Bruce, who backstabbed everybody, and he's just like a total, like, I don't even want to talk about it. That guy, I looked up to you, Uncle Bruce, for those few moments when you were bullish on AMC, but you were just a grumpy old raisin just sitting in the sun cooking, like, the vampire that you are, because he sucked the blood out of a lot of people, and he stole some of the streamers, or at least not the streamers, but some of the people who were watching Trey and Matt and Andrew, and they went and joined his bagel club or whatever the heck he wants to call it. I mean, it's so lame. Anyways, guys, like I said, this is the the new direction in which I'm taking the channel. Nothing too serious. We'll still talk about technical analysis and predictions on AMC, but I really just want to be more loose, a little bit more fun, more transparent with you guys, because sometimes you need to be a little bit more relaxed when it comes to something as stressful as the stock market and missing out on a potential squeeze. And you guys can make fun of me. I'll keep you guys in the loop each and every single day from here on out. When AMC starts to skyrocket, and if it doesn't, we'll continue making videos. But if it does skyrocket, and hopefully I could get in tomorrow and buy my shares back on Webull, then we can all laugh and have a good time, and then go from there. One step at a time, guys. We're a community. We're supposed to help each other out. Let's continue doing that. Let's continue holding. Don't even let the community itself be overwhelming to you and dictate how, where your goals are as far as selling. Because like Trey and Matt like to say, each and every one of us have different financial hardships or different financial goals. Not each and every one of us are going to have the same dollar amount in mind as far as when we want to sell. But, it is what it is. And we should all be happy where we are surrounded by people who love us. We should all be happy about the people who care about us, and vice versa, because ultimately, even though we want to be greedy rich and we want to make a crap ton of money and we want to be trillionaires, as long as we have air in our lungs and we have our friends and family, whenever this thing happens, we'll use that money. We'll use our time to take vacations, to take time off, to go buy that house or that car or whatever the case may be, and we'll all sing Kumbaya at the end of the day. Stay frosty, everybody. Keep a positive attitude. I am Tom Trading. Thanks again for watching. If you guys enjoy this content, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions, or if you guys just want to leave a comment for heck's sake. Feel free to do so. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And welcome to the new channel, which is great. I love you guys. Take care and peace out.